running late, so stay with us. We got one more very, very special guest. She is a registered dietitian. She's a nutritionist, and right after that Cookie Monster episode and sketch, that's just what we need. So I'm going to bring her on. Her name is Lauren Cadillac. Let's give her a round. I'm going to move back a little bit so that they can see us. Excellent. So, Lauren.
Hello.
Can I ask you what got you into nutrition?
What got me into nutrition? So I got really into calorie counting when I was about 14, 15 years old. Did anyone else kind of have a similar experience early on in like their high school years? Girls probably maybe. So kind of started off, kind of started off as an almost unhealthy relationship with food, but then once I kind of got past that, it was something that continued to spark my interest, but I wanted to help other people that may have been experiencing similar struggles that I went through too. So I went to Penn State knowing that I wanted to study nutrition. I was a clinical dietitian for a little bit, and then I actually got into bodybuilding and was a bikini competitor for a while. Do you guys all have Instagram and see those people in ridiculous suits, like super tan? Yeah, so that's that. Did that, and I'm just kind of talking too much.
No.
You know, what got you into nutrition? Like,
No, so the bikini world, bikini championship world, how is that for your health?
Initially, because I feel like I don't really have much of an excuse because I am a dietitian and I should have.
Were you a dietitian at that point? You were.
So I was actually working as a clinical dietitian, so in an acute care hospital, and I started off like just kind of still eating the foods that I ate, but just being a little bit more, mindful and stuff. And then the more I got into it, it becomes like a very selfish kind of, but like obsessive, like you kind of have to be. And I don't know if anyone here competes or does anything, so I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, can we get a round of applause?
Any bodybuilders in
Have you
there?
done any competitions?
Yeah!
But yeah,
It's a very niche, that's a very, not maybe niche, but like to an audience that doesn't, I think that's a very fascinating world, and I have a very warped perception. I think
it's probably right though. Like it's one of those, it's kind of like, did anyone go to Comic-Con? Like, I'm not big on that stuff, so I like drove past it and I couldn't believe like how big that was. So like bodybuilding's kind of the same thing where there's like a whole world and like celebrities in bodybuilding that like no one would know, but like to someone in the bodybuilding world, it's like, oh my gosh, it's Flex Lewis, like, right? Like, it's Flex Lewis, there he is. So yes, it's very niche, but yeah.
And so you mentioned, one of the things that I see about that is, and we talked about it a little bit before, I found very interesting, was just looking like the poster of health, but like internally what that does for you. And say as much or as little as you want, but like, I guess what was that feeling like? Did you feel very healthy? Did you feel internally healthy? What was that like?
So my big shtick now is I call myself the feel-good dietitian, which is super corny, but my biggest focus with my clients is feeling good like now in the moment so you enjoy the foods that you're eating, but also later on down the road. With my personal experience with bodybuilding, I feel like I reached this point where people saw what I looked like physically and I reached this aesthetic goal, I guess you would say, and it looked impressive, but I ended up getting microscopic colitis. I developed a lot of gut issues, a lot of anxieties, a lot of depression, and old issues around like eating resurfaced. And even as a dietitian, it's like it's hard to not let those things come up because you're just so restricted. It's not a healthy thing. So my big focus now is learning to listen to your body, being mindful, which is the next thing.
Oh no, let's give it
being mindful and like treating your body with respect and just choosing the foods that feel good give you energy, help you sleep, help you move. Yeah.
So that is going into our next segment of it, and yeah, and this will be very interesting. We'll put that to the test. We've all heard about being mindful. It's the biggest thing right now. But we have some Halloween treats, and if you're vegan, we have some clementines. Otherwise, we have